Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're not just reviewing a case study, we're stepping into the shoes of a top-tier consultant to solve it.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? That feeling when a complex problem just makes your mind go completely blank. But what if I told you there's a system to turn that panic into a powerful, structured attack plan? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to walk through the 6 key stages of this case, starting with the client's high-stakes dilemma, all the way to uncovering the secret tests that interviewers are really looking for. Let's do this.
Okay, every consulting project starts with one thing, a client's problem. And you know what the most important skill is right here? It's not about having all the answers. It's about listening, really listening. So let's lean in and hear the CFO's dilemma.
So here's the situation. Our client makes steel furniture, and they use about 12,000 tons of steel a year. Now, they had this amazing deal on that steel, but it's about to expire, and they are staring down the barrel of a major price hike. They've got a tough choice to make for the next 2 years, and believe me, millions of dollars are hanging in the balance. Now, this is where the real consulting magic happens. It's so tempting to just dive into the math, but honestly, that's a rookie mistake. A pro takes a breath. They strategize. They build a framework for their analysis. This isn't just about being organized. It's about winning the case before you even touch a calculator. These are the 3 critical first moves. First, you summarize the problem right back to the interviewer. Why? To make sure you're both on the exact same page. Second, you verify the objective. Is this purely about minimizing cost? For this case, we'll say yes, it is. And third, you lay out your structure. This shows the interviewer you're not just winging it, you're in complete control.
And here's our structure. It follows a crucial consulting principle called MECE. It's a fancy acronym, but the idea is dead simple. Think about it like sorting your laundry. You've got whites and colors, 2 separate piles, right? They don't overlap, and together they make up all your clothes. Our options here, signing a new contract or stockpiling, are just like that. They're mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. This simple framework makes sure we don't miss a single thing.
All right, with our MECE structure locked in, we've basically earned the right to ask for the data. Now we can start our deep dive into the numbers, knowing exactly what we're looking for and why. The interviewer hands us this data. First thing you notice, the prices are all over the place, but that trend is definitely heading upwards. So how do we predict the price for year 8? Well, you don't just guess. A top consultant starts asking questions about the economy, about other big industries using steel. For our case today, let's make a solid, defensible assumption of $850 per ton. Okay, let's start with option A, signing that new contract. The math here is pretty straightforward. 24,000 tons of steel over 2 years, times our projected price of $850 a ton. That lands us at a total cost of $20.4 million. Simple enough. Now let's look at option B, stockpiling. The initial purchase looks way better, using that old contract price of just $600 a ton. That's a total of $14.4 million. And at first glance, this seems like a complete no-brainer, right? But, and this is a huge but, we are not done yet. Not even close.
We absolutely cannot stop here, because there are hidden costs. First, you've got storage, but way more important is something called opportunity cost. Think of it this way. That $14.4 million we spend on steel, that's money that can't be invested somewhere else, earning a return. This is the kind of level 2 thinking that separates the great candidates from the good ones.
So let's put all these pieces together to find the true cost. We start with that $14.4 million purchase. Then we add the storage cost for both years. And finally, we factor in that crucial 5% opportunity cost. When we add it all up, the actual cost of stockpiling is $17.28 million. Okay, now we have a real comparison.
We've got our numbers, but the job isn't done. See, the best consultants don't just dump data on a client. They tell a story with it. They craft this compelling narrative that makes the right decision feel completely obvious.
This right here, this is the move that separates the top 1% of candidates. The ability to build this slide in real time organizes everything in one place. It transforms a jumble of calculations into a clear, logical, and just undeniable conclusion.
And here it is, the moment of truth. This one slide tells the entire story. You see that massive savings on the initial purchase for stockpiling? And yeah, there are storage and opportunity costs, but just look at that bottom line. Even with those extra costs, stockpiling saves the company a staggering $3.12 million. The data is crystal clear.
So with all our analysis done and laid out perfectly on our final slide, delivering the recommendation is actually the easy part. It's not a guess, it's not a hunch, it's a logical conclusion we can present with total confidence.
So, what do we tell the CFO? It's simple, it's direct, and it's backed by rock-solid numbers. Our recommendation is this. The company should stockpile 2 years' worth of steel. It's the clear financial winner, and it will save them over $3 million. But we don't just stop there. A top consultant always states their key assumptions. Now, this isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of rigorous thinking. It shows you've thought about the variables, and it actually invites a discussion about risks, which is exactly what a real client would want.
But here's the secret every single candidate needs to know. Getting the right number is only half the battle. In a lot of cases, it's not even the most important part. The case interview is a test of so much more. They want to see how you think, how you communicate, how you handle the pressure when they throw you a curveball, your structured process, your ability to synthesize on the fly with a tool like that final slide, and your professional poise. That's what they're really hiring for.
And there you have it, a masterclass in how to deconstruct a tough business problem. Remember, it is not just about getting the right answer. It's about the process. It's about structured thinking, clear communication, and the ability to tell a story with data. That is the real secret. That is how you think like a top consultant. And that is what gets you the offer.